Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. Kaka, my responsibility on this platform is to debunk some lies fed to the innocent citizens of the Republic of Kenya. Once I say something that is sugar-coated and scripted, I must stand tall and tell you this was an acted movie. This was scripted to happen that way, and there was no accident in it. Before I proceed, I want to give you President William Ruto's speech yesterday at Francis Ogolla's burial, where he claimed that his daughter Charlene sneaked to the podium against his knowledge and gave a speech. But is it true that Charlene could take a stage minus proper arrangements? Are you sure that Charlene could just stand up, walk to the podium in a closed environment like that one, minus Ruto's knowledge? Are you sure? Are you sure that Charlene sneaked to give a speech without early proper arrangements? Are you sure the programmer was not informed early in advance to schedule her for a speech? Are you sure? Can we listen to William Ruto?
My daughter called me, Charlene, she's here, and she told me I must go to the funeral of General Ogolla. And I want to speak. I told her, Charlene, first, there is no way you are going, and there is no way you're going to speak anywhere. So, but as fate would have it, she found her way here. And before I could notice, she was on the microphone. That is how General Ogolla was influential.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you through a few facts that you are supposed to know as a Kenyan. There's what we call military functions and presidential functions in this country. These two functions both have utmost high-end strict adherence to protocol. If you are not in the program, there is no way, even if you are a deputy president, you can be allowed to speak. So military functions and presidential functions, both of them, they have very strict adherence to the protocol. Vile speeches zimepangwa, that is how they will look like. You sneak another person in between, you lose your job. That is it. That is how serious they should be. There is no way at all under the sun you can sneak into the program of a presidential function or a military function. There is no way under the sun you can sneak into those two functions. Forget. There's no way. Haiwezekani. Those two functions are highly guarded. They are highly protected. There is not even a mad person can attempt to run to the podium. atashikwa kama sijui ni nini. Eagles eye security, watakukamata. There's no way. Now, protocol can only be broken by the president himself. Like what Uhuru did a few years ago when he had to break protocol and welcome Raila Odinga to speak. Right? I think it was in Kakamega a few years ago. It is only the president who is allowed to break. Akisimama is allowed on very special occasions. He is allowed to break protocol, invite someone to speak as per his wish, but not the programmer. Forget. Now, Ruto claims from the video that his daughter sneaked to Ogolla's funeral. Earlier, Ruto claims he had told Charlene that there's no way you are going to attend the funeral and there's no way you are going to speak. But when I look at the photos online, Ruto was walking side by side with Rachel and Charlene. I wonder when did Charlene sneak to Ogolla's funeral, as Ruto claims. Ruto claims, further, that Charlene sneaked into the podium minus Ruto's knowledge. Before Ruto could realize Charlene had taken a microphone. Now, those who watched yesterday's event, Charlene was seated just behind the deputy president and Musalia Mudavadi, next to William Ruto. Nanipata? Huyu ni Ruto, huyu ni Mama Rachel, huyu ni deputy, huyu ni Musalia. Charlene alikuwa next hapa nyuma. So there is no way under the sun Charlene angeamuka kutoka hapa atembe all the way to the podium minus Ruto's knowledge. There is no way. So tuache kubeba wana. Haiwezekani. There is no way. There is no way. And Charlene, being the daughter's president, must exhibit high integrity. She must exhibit high decorum. There is no way angeamuka tu akimbie kwenda kuongea minus being sneaked in by the programmer. Haiwezekani. And Ruto was very much aware. It's impossible. Now, but these are my few observations. Ruto is nurturing Charlene for future politics. And this is what happened. Because this was a military function, the presidential function, but this was 99% a military event. Even Ruto came as a visitor. So, program yote, mazishi yote, kila kitu was organized by the military. Now, because Charlene could not feature anywhere in speeches, so ladies and gentlemen, there is no way, because of her ranking, Charlene was not featuring anywhere in the program. But because it was an event to sell her, a high-ranking event to sell her, sorry, Ruto had to conspire with the programmer under consultations by the military to sneak in Charlene. And because after Charlene's speech, there was to be an uproar. Mbona Charlene aonge when members of parliament are seated, when other CSS are seated, when not even the first lady was allowed to speak? How come Charlene was to speak? So to cool that down, ili kuzima hiyo moto ya social media and intimidation, Ruto had to find a script so that it looks like it was not planned, it was by accident. But the truth of the matter is, hakuna vile Charlene angejipata huko mbele bila Ruto kujua, bila Recho kujua, na bila military kuambiwa mapema kwamba kasichana kangu kanakuja, tafadhali kapatie dakika 3. There's no way. Wala muliangalia mazishi jana, not even first lady was given chance to speak. Hata yeye hakupewa nafasi. Then how come Charlene anapewa nafasi anaongea? So this was a script, well scripted from the beginning to the end. There was no accident here. This was normal. It was bound to happen. It was scripted. It was planned. So Ruto awache kutudanganya. We are grown-ups. We understand how military functions work. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next video. Asanteni sana.